Got it.
Okay. Okay. Hey, everyone. It's Jamie from IndependenceStNola and Seasons and Ritual. And I'm here with the Crimson Cadaverous Helen
Hi.
virtually. She is actually in Colorado right now.
Yeah,
So,
got a bear above me.
and I've got the Earth behind me, and I was trying to get us both into outer space, but I can't figure out Zoom.
Can't get us into outer space, I guess. That's all
Well,
right.
one of us has to be grounded.
That's true. I guess I'm the grounded one, especially with that bear up there. Bears, I feel like it's a very grounding energy. So,
Thank you, Bear.
thank you,
Thank you,
bear.
Helen. Okay, guys, so we are in the week of 12/12. The 12/12 portal will be on Monday. So we're in the
Yes.
week from 12/12 to 12/18. And
Hmm.
as we were talking about before we came on, we're saying that this week is starting out pretty fiery.
Yeah.
And
So we've got
then,
a cool thing going on with that moon in Leo lasting technically, four touching 4 days, from tonight into Wednesday morning.
yes. And so, as we know, Leo is a fixed fire sign. Leo
Yes.
is the divine masculine. And I find it interesting that you're saying the moon is um, kind of in there. We're saying for 4 days, not technically, but because she's going in there
Right.
tonight.
It's still like 2.5 days, but because of how it fell with the days, at least in the central time zone,
Hmm.
basically it's going to go into Leo this evening, which is Sunday, and not
Hmm.
leave until Wednesday morning. So touching at least 4 full days.
That's amazing because I feel like it's still coming off that full moon of release when she
Yes.
showed
And
up.
it's like a burn off. Like I was saying, like it's almost like the rocket burn off, kind of like we're burning off those things that we knew when we were, dealing with those T squares that we've had with the Taurus energy and the Aquarius energy,
Hmm.
and the Scorpio energy. We knew we were kind of searching for that Leo energy, searching for that fire, searching for that heart based, and we kind of had to find it on our own. Well, now we have it,
Yeah.
with the moon, and it's helping us kind of burn all that stuff off that we know we need to release.
Dude, I'm
That's what,
fiery right now. I'm fiery. I'm
yeah,
fiery right now.
I'm ready to have that rocket blast off.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Yes.
Technically, I'm not even to Monday yet, but Monday, the moon, well, this is Sunday. So the moon will move into Leo tonight. Is that what you're saying on
Yes.
Sunday? Okay.
And then tomorrow is going to do that square that we've been dealing with a lot with the North Node and Uranus, and then also Saturn is going to be kind of lingering there too. So we'll have the Moon in Leo, we have, and then the North Node and Uranus and Taurus squaring off.
Mm-hmm. And that, I was laughing because it says Sun in Sagittarius, but yes, the Sun is Sagittarius. And that is squaring, oh no, excuse me, the Sun in Sagittarius will be sextiling Saturn in Aquarius. So when we're
Yes.
using this fiery energy, because remember, Sagittarius is also a fire sign,
Yes.
is going to be getting a lot of really good information from
Mm-hmm.
Aquarius on how to let this stuff go and how to make it stable.
Right. And I think again that Saturn sextile is going to help us like also establish boundaries, even if that means establishing boundaries with ourselves
Mm-hmm.
as we're kind of releasing things. As
And it,
in, don't get that pushback. Like we're actually releasing it. Yep,
right.
we need to release it.
And it's good that you're saying establishing boundaries within ourselves because that is Aquarius, right? It is the individual. So that was very
Absolutely.
astute. Okay, so then Tuesday, the moon will still be in Leo.
Yep. And then we've got that opposition with Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so again, we've kind of over the Monday and Tuesday, we've kind of been dealing with that T square energy again,
Mm-hmm.
but we got the Leo energy there.
Yep. And that Leo energy, you guys remember, if you are starting at a place where you're pissed off, or if your ego's bruised, or you're really angry, or you're thinking people are out to get you, it is good to notice that. Okay, like I'm having these feelings, but then it's also important to keep taking it higher. Ask yourself, is this really
Yes.
what's happening? Ask yourself, is there another way to look at this? What is it that my ego is trying to tell me? Am I different from my ego nowadays? When it's that Saturn and Aquarius, Aquarius wants you to bring in new information. Okay, Aquarius is the
Yes.
cosmos, so it's okay if we start at that. I was gonna say FU energy, but I'm sort of in a public place, not really. But anyway, But because you need to burn through that in order to keep getting higher and higher and higher. But it's really important to kind of see where it's coming from and what's causing it. And I think that the trine with the sun in Sagittarius is going to help with that because, again,
Yeah.
fire sign.
Mhm.
But Sagittarius and its higher self is live and let, live and let live. This is the way I live, this way you live. We're okay.
Mhm. And Sagittarius is a very optimistic sign because it's
Mhm.
attached to Jupiter. So, whatever comes up, normally we kind of, say we might be a little challenged by T squares, but I don't even think there's really as much a challenge here. I think it's just kind of acceptance and letting the things happen that we know need to happen.
Yep. Deuces. Okay. Wednesday, moon still in Leo.
Yep. And then early on moves into Virgo, but we do still get like a little touch of that fire still at the beginning of the day.
Okay. And then it will, like you said, move into Leo. I mean, move into Virgo.
Yes.
Okay. And then it will trine Venus and Capricorn.
Yep. So adding a little bit of stability, regarding a lot of maybe around our value system.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just kind of, helping us kind of get some things done on that day. Because I think, again, with the fiery energy, the Leo, we're burning things off, we're letting things go, but we're not necessarily, getting the to-do list kind of
Right.
stuff.
And when the moon moves into Virgo, we're resolving some shit for sure.
Yes, exactly. And again, we did the burn off and now we kind of do the clean it up afterwards, like Virgo would want to do.
Mm-hmm. And that trine with
Look at the mess you made, Leo. I've got to sweep this up now.
thank you.
Yes.
And that trine with Venus and Capricorn, like you said, that is self-worth, that is how we want to work, that is how we see work, that is how we value ourselves. So all that's going to be coming in on Wednesday as well. And then we have the sun in Sagittarius squaring Neptune and Pisces.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is like, our vitality and like our, sense of being versus like kind of that higher calling that we're getting that I don't want to say is necessarily at odds with it, but we are going to have to find some balance to it. So it's almost like I kind of see like, us kind of having like the 3D world kind of things that we're dealing with. Who are we right now? What are we doing right now? Versus what's that calling that we're getting? What's that higher thing? What's that thing we can't quite describe, but we still need to deal with that too.
Okay, yeah, that's really beautiful. And that could be a reason why too, like we're feeling irritated because we're ready for things to move on. We're ready to show up as more of our authentic self. We're ready for people to start seeing as who we are now.
Yeah.
So Sun and Sag, baby, squaring Neptune and Pisces. Okay, then Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
the moon will still be in Virgo.
Yep.
It's trining Mercury and Capricorn and the North Node.
Yep. And Uranus too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of, I think I wrote on there that it was like kind of a grand earth trine-ish energy.
Yeah.
It's not a but it is definitely like a really harmonious energy to work with whenever we have a grand trine. It's like the energy is kind of contained within that triangle. So it's like kind of moving around. We got something to do with it. And I think, we're kind of, I think it's more like, I'm trying to think, because we also have, it's interesting because we also have that square with Mars in opposition with Neptune going on with the moon. So it's like we have like a grand earth trine going on, very harmonious energy. And then we've got the T square kind of like pushing us to do something.
And
So,
well, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, it is, like you said, that grand trine, that earth energy. So I feel like we're, as you were saying, we're like grounding in that, almost that new energy that we're just like, hey, this is where we are now. And Virgo is helping us get there intuitively, but also remember that that square with Mars, Mars is retrograde.
Yes.
So there isn't going to be like that. There's going to be movement, but it's not going to be, I don't even know how to say this. It's not going to be like Mars retrograde is like in a meditative state. So he is moving things, but it's differently. So it's okay that it's opposing Neptune in Pisces, because I think that's bringing in maturity.
Yes.
When before, Mars might just get super mad when it was opposing Neptune, especially Neptune and Pisces, because Mars, he's fire, right? And now that he's looking at water and he's seeing that they need each other. So it can be uncomfortable. At the same time, it's good to kind of let these elements figure out how they're going to work with you on Thursday. Thursday is a very interesting day.
Yeah, it is very interesting. And I think it's kind of cool that it's like, so we've got the square with Mars that's in retrograde right now. But then we also have, the opposition with Neptune. And Neptune is kind of like, the great dreamer, always like kind of in that higher mind. And we're kind of in a contemplation state with our Mars energy anyways.
Right.
So to me, I feel like it's almost like the way we break, like, the tension of the challenges of that T square is actually going into our higher mind, going into, the almost like what the meditation kind of level of mind.
That's great because it was like, say, because earlier in the week we might be kind of in our lower self. So it's nice by Thursday we might be able to get to our higher
I know.
self.
I think we're gonna have to like elevate a little bit because we did kind of have that, like, that inner child kind of energy wrestling around with the moon in Leo, but we gotta come back down to our mature selves. Yes.
We're doing this. We're moving through. It's all okay. Yeah. Epiphanies, right? Okay, so then we move to Friday. You have the moon will be still in Virgo and it'll be squaring the sun in Sagittarius. Oh, the last quarter moon. So this is the start of the last quarter moon. So go ahead and talk about that.
Yes. And I love, we talk about the quarter moons being just as important, as anything else, because they're the action moons. They're the ones where we're taking action. So with the last moon, our action is release because, the moon is waning and we're releasing things. So with this one, it's a mutable energy that we're working with between the Virgo moon and the sun in Sagittarius. So whatever we're releasing, I think it's going to come a lot easier for us than maybe, if it's like a fixed energy or something, we're not going to be clinging to it. It's going to be like by the end of this, period of like everything we've gone through before with eclipse season and now, the new moon, full moon that we just experienced, I think we know what we need to release.
Yeah.
I think
it's not coming up. Right. And if not, it's literally coming up and smacking us in the face.
Right. And I'm realizing, what I'm realizing? We're going to have an opposition with Jupiter not long after that. So again, it really is kind of like some T square energy again, but all in mutable signs. And
this is what when you said mutable sign, what that made me think of is just like, how we're always like, I've got to work on releasing this, and the reality with mutable signs move us from one season to the next. So it dawned on me as you were saying that, you guys don't worry about, just let it release. Just say the prayer or set the intention that what no longer serves you will be released, because those mutable signs is going to push it out no matter what, because mutable signs take us from one season to the next, whether we want to or not. So that's kind of their job. So allow them to do their job. Take some deep breaths.
Yeah. And, I was just saying that same day, we have Mercury trining the North Node. So I feel like our mind is on where we're supposed to be going. Okay. It's there.
Yeah.
We just need to let it happen.
Okay. I love that. We're going to let it happen. Okay. Saturday, the moon. Oh, then we're talking about then Saturday, the moon moves into Libra. So we're going to bring in some balance.
Yes. And I think we need that, after, the week of like, we've been burning things off, we've been moving things, like we need a little balance. We've been doing a lot of work. And, we need to maybe do some socializing, I think, by this point, because I think all week we're going to be like doing things, for ourselves, but we move into Libra and that's a very social sign. Yeah. So I think we definitely, it's Saturday. It's time to socialize.
I like it. And then Sunday, the moon will still be in Libra. And when it's in Libra, it will trine Saturn Aquarius. I just found a new planet, everybody.
Aquarius.
Ooh, it'll be trining Saturn. Aquarius. So it's my new album coming out.
Aquarius. Yay, I'll buy it.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, friend. So Sunday, when the moon is in Libra, it will trine Saturn in Aquarius before the moon moves into Scorpio.
Yep. And again, if we're socializing, I think it's going to be easy for us to place boundaries within that socialization and still remain ourselves.
I think
And I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's fair too. And I think that's a great way to see it too. Trining that Saturn and Aquarius, because I know we sound like a broken record, but Saturn is stability. Saturn could be boundaries. Saturn keeps us grounded, if you will.
Yes.
And it was the ancient ruler of Aquarius, right? So, and Aquarius is bringing in all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good. And then, like we said, the moon will move into Scorpio later in the day, which is
Very,
fine. No one
very end
freak
of the
out.
week.
No one freak out.
Yep. Just,
It's
it's
a
time
nice,
for us to do a deep dive. It's okay.
it's a cool drink of water.
Yes.
Okay. Seems refreshing after all this burning and rising.
Yes.
And then balancing. Then we just get a nice drink of water. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys. Well, thank you, Helen, for putting up with me trying to figure out how to use Zoom.
Thanks for putting up with me and my bear.
I like your bear. He's very calming.
Yes, he is.
I want to thank the strangers in the other room, the young ladies that wanted to use this room. And I was like, hey, it's just going to take me a second, and it hasn't. And so I want to apologize to them. Hopefully they're still out there waiting to come in. But
yes.
Okay, guys, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to us on Instagram or on YouTube, or on your website, Linktree?
I'm just doing a link tree these days.
Okay.
I don't go to my website anymore.
Yeah, and you guys see, like, she's always got new specials. So the Crimson Cadaverous, go to her Linktree. You guys can check that out. You guys over at Seasons and Ritual, got the calendar rolling, got some more smudge sticks and stuff up. I got a new healing special for Independence Street. So I'm doing a new special on that. So if you guys want to jump over there and see what's happening. Until then, Helen, I will see you when you get back to New Orleans. Please have safe travels.
I will.
Okay. And if you need me, you just text me.
I will.
Okay. I'm going to figure out how to end this and hopefully not screw it up so we can post it.
Good luck.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.